Oh, good morning. I came here today with the intention of fishing the dry fly, but unfortunately the river has come up overnight and it feels quite cold. There's a lot of water coming in from the reservoir, so it's put the fish down, I'm sure of that. So I've had to go to plan B, which is of course the perdigons. So let's see how we get on. It's a bit disappointing really. There you go. Got a size 16, 3.3 falangista on the point, and a size 16, 2.8 pheasant tail on the dropper. I have to say I'm not particularly confident today with this increase in water and it being a lot colder. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. As you can see, it's going through quite fast with this extra water in it. I may have mentioned before that at this time of the year they open up the gates to the reservoir to let more water out for the rice growers closer to the coast, so that they can water the seed that has been sown. And of course rice has to be grown in water, so at this time of the year there's always this problem of extra water, and indeed cold water, coming out of the reservoir. I mean, I can feel the difference through my waders. It's a lot colder. I think I'm going to have to move out. Well, this is becoming impossible, so the chest pack's in the water. I'm going to try and move a little bit downstream here in the water. Yes, as I say, this extra water, and it is really cold, I can feel it's cold, I think is not going to help today. So what I'm going to do is to save me going back to the car, I'm going to put on a heavier leader and put on a couple of small buggers and see what happens. Right, you have to learn to adapt when you're on the river and conditions change like this. I started off on the dry fly, just tried the perdigon, and now we'll have to try a couple of buggers. It's of course going to be a waiting game. I've got a white bugger on the point, a fluorescent, it's fluorescent yellow or fluorescent green bugger on the dropper, which I'm trying out, see if it can do anything for us. And when the conditions change suddenly like this, it does put the fish down, and it certainly doesn't help the angler at all. But persistence is key, and we're here to do some fishing. So a bit of fishing we will do, and that was the first offer, which came as such a shock it frightened me out of my life, because I really wasn't expecting anything. Of course, if they are small fish, as we have experienced before on here, we could get an awful lot of hits that we don't strike into. And this is an area to where I was fishing the blob downstream. And if you recognise some of the terrain, that's why. Although the river is definitely deeper, and that's the first fish. And it's on the white mini bugger. Just going to keep it there for a moment. So there we go. Oh, that's a bit of relief. Not particularly big, but at least it wanted it. And off you go, my friend. Well, that's avoided the blank session. So I got a bit hooked up there. Let's have another go. That's what I say. Just letting it go downstream. Oops, lost my footing then. And let it swing around. I think it will be very much a waiting game for these fish. Stationary or static flies. I'm not sure whether they're going to be prepared to chase the fly on the pullback. I may get the odd one on the swing, on the drift round. But I don't think they're going to go for the moving fly. But then of course, they're going to prove me wrong. I'm going to be pulling back and I'll get hit by a trout. That's how it is. Famous last words. I think it's very disappointing when you have to resort to this style of fishing. I mean, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I didn't expect to have to be doing this today. I cannot believe how cold this water has got coming out of the reservoir, as I said. It really is quite strikingly different to the last visit. Considering the temperatures that we're having, I suppose some people would find jumping into the river quite refreshing. And doubtless there are plenty of people doing that further upstream in the centre of the town. Well, there we go. Certainly do fight well in the current. Fight too well in the current. I have a suspicion that was foul hooked, looking at the way it was fighting in the river. I could see the side of the fish. It certainly was like fighting a dead weight, although it was obviously fighting, but because it was foul hooked, I think it was feeling stronger than it actually was. I think anything is a bonus today. Even in the hottest of weather, I still wear leggings on the inside of my waders. And when it's really hot, it helps to soak up the perspiration. But today it's keeping out the cold, which is quite ironic. If I'd have known it was going to be this cold, the water, I'd have put my thermal leggings on. Oh, that was a little tug. And it's back, and it's still having a little go. Go on. Well, that was after 2 pulls, so something is... aha, and it's taken the yellow, lemon, lime bugger. Yeah. Oh gosh, it's pretty small. The bugger is almost as big as the fish. Unfortunately, it's come out. And there it is. Yes, I think it's certainly more lime green than it is yellow. So that was quite an interesting exercise. I really didn't expect to catch anything on the pool today. Of course, it could have just been sniffing around, and as soon as I started to move it, it attacked, but who cares? It's a fish in the net. Okay, I've changed locations to see if we can't find some fish. Yes, so far, I'm not doing terribly well. So, see if we can find anything in this run here. Oh, that was a tug. Should have left it. Got that one that time. Feisty thing. Gonna have to go down to meet it, I think. Come back. I'm trying to get back in that current. Can't get it up out of the water. There we go. Oh dear, oh dear. Would you believe that? It's in the tail. Well, that's a damn fine fish. But I'm not happy that's where it was caught. It's a two-handed thing, I'm afraid. Right. There we go. Come on, fishy. Off we go. That's it. I don't know how it would have been caught in the tail, not unless it was going for the fly. It flapped at it or something, I don't know. But certainly a nice sized fish, and I would say, judging by the silver colour of it, that it's been in for quite a while. So let's have another go. Quite a strange phenomena, that catching in the tail like that. I mean, it was right at the very end of the tail. I'm sure you will all have your views on how that may or may not have happened and what caused it. Do let me know in the comments section, because so far there's not a lot else to talk about. an effort to catch something. I'm back where I started. Right, as I said, I'm back where I started. Let's see how we get on along this edge again. We had a couple of fish from here before. Let's see if there's anything else there. Right, this will be the last cast. I think I've suffered enough. Right, that is it. The party is over, I just have to say. Well, the morning hasn't gone anything like what I hoped for. But there's always another day.